Welcome to Inskip Point and our new home for the next few nights. We booked for 2, but we're open to staying longer. It's been a long day of driving from south of Brisbane. We had a few chores to do on the way. We were driving along and we just saw the sign to the big pineapple.
Doesn't look as impressive when I was 12, 13 years old. I can't find the sundaes they used to sell here. They used to make these massive big sundaes. But,
yeah, and it's now attached to a zoo, which you can't remember it being attached to a zoo.
There wasn't a zoo
before.
when I was here last.
This is a national park. You have to book online before you set up camp. In this campsite, no one can actually see the beach from where they're camped, but everybody's crammed close to the beach access over there. We've decided to come over here in the bush camping bit, a little bit on our own, and primarily because there are so many generators going off over there. We don't have a thing against generators particularly, it's just our preference. If we don't have to listen to them going continually, then we move away. So we're excited to explore a little bit around here and see what it's like getting on and off the barge, because we've never driven on sand before and this will be our first experiences. He's nervous, we're both nervous.
So we go. We'll go to the barge tomorrow, have a look and see what it's like.
Our first spot of sunshine, and how cool was it to watch it go down?
Yes, really good, really good.
It's absolutely beautiful, and now this way is starting to get beautiful colour and it's just covering. And this is our first non-rainy evening and the barge is still running even though the sun's gone down. Absolutely amazing. Feels really like we're on holidays now, hey?
Shit, yeah.
And good morning to our very first morning without rainfall. And isn't it amazing? So pleased. It just feels like the holiday has begun, right?
And we're the first people on the beach this morning, about 6 o'clock.
We are indeed. Look, no footprints. And the sun is due to rise very soon. So we're just having a beach walk and it's really
I was going to
beautiful.
go for a run, but I left my runners at home.
We could buy you some runners.
They haven't got the right size for me.
Yeah, okay.
I also have to run in thongs. There's Fraser over there, or Pinnacles.
We're just walking along the beach after sunrise and you come to this bit and it's actually a sinkhole.
It's all collapsed in.
All the trees and everything got caught up in it. We've just come to where the barge goes to have a look how it all works. We're better off knowing than just arriving cold tomorrow. All this is parking and people are letting down their tyres along there. Okay, it's pretty muddy, all this bit. So we're going to see if we can get past down by the beach.
How many times I've watched this on YouTube, this place?
I know the van's made for it. I know the caravan company, Signature, have done a trip and videoed that they've done it. But still quite scary for us. It's been raining a lot, as if you're watching the videos you would know. And this is really firm at the moment. We've just driven into Rainbow Beach. It's just a few minutes drive from the campsite out at the national park, and it has everything that you want here, and it's a stunning lookout. We've watched cars camp on the beach for the beach days, and there's a section that's actually patrolled. We went to the lookout and we spent more time watching a little snake eating a lizard than we did looking at the scenery. But there's everything here. We just picked up firewood, milk, bread, and bought all of our tickets for Fraser Island actually. We've just got the barge left to buy. For some reason our credit cards keep bouncing on their website, so we're going to drive around to the head office. Otherwise we'll have to get some cash out. For us to take the van over, it's $270 return. So we really need to make sure that we don't just arrive at the barge and hope that we can tap and go. But it's a beautiful little town, and I'm looking forward to getting back to camp and just hanging around for the day. It's super windy around this bit, and the water's a different colour. I'm at the very tip of the point. There's nowhere else to go. It's about 6:30 in the morning. We're all packed up. It rained all last night, so the sand should be compact. It's sunny right now, and we're about to do our first beach sand driving, and it's to get on the barge. It's probably good that it rained last night because the sand will be a bit more compact, yeah?
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's our logic, and we're sticking with it. Well, that was good. A whole lot of stress. And the car and the van did it really well. Well, this is us. We've pulled into zone 3, the second campsite, and here we are. We actually met some rangers who told us this was a really good campsite for seeing whales breaching and wildlife and stuff, so of course that sold me. We've also been warned that there is a dingo causing a bit of mischief around. He tore a tent, is stealing people's phone bags and stuff. So they gave us a dingo stick. It's not to hit the dingoes. You hold it between you and the dingo, and then it'll know that it can't come closer. And when we finish with it, we leave it upright in the campsite, and they'll come and collect it and give it to the next person.
We're collecting rubbish on the beach. Look, this is over about probably a 200 metre bit for about half an hour. Mainly plastic bottles, plastics and bits of rope.
Here we are at Eli Creek. I've seen it 100 times on YouTube. Don't know if I'm going to get in. Sharyn's definitely going to get in.
Yes, I am. I'm here, I'm doing it.
A bit too cold for me at the moment, but we'll see how we go. This is the walkway up to the beginning of where you can actually hop in the water and float down. It's probably about 100 metres.
Tap your inner child.
I lost my inner child a long time ago. It's all outer child now.
Eli Creek is so much fun, isn't it, John? Even if it's too cold and you want to walk it, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's quite enjoyed it.
And we're going to come out and continue left and see where it takes us. Oh my gosh, wow. It's just here. Thought it was further out to sea, I must confess.
Comes in. I didn't know that. The Mahina was a New Zealand hospital ship during World War I. It was actually at Gallipoli doing stuff there. Then at the end of the war, apparently, it was getting 1930s, getting towed to Japan, and the tow rope broke and run aground just off here at Fraser. It survived a fair while, and they used it as bomb practice, and that's what basically blew it apart.
We've just been stopped on the beach because a plane just landed. We're randomly stopped at this sign and we're going to see what the sand blow. So many dingo tracks around here that we've got our dingo stick with us. Like walking on the moon all of a sudden. Of course, Skari is the largest sand island in the world, so it makes sense that in the middle would still be sandy and tricky to walk on. It's a bit cloggy. Did you see much at the top?
More sand. Basically exactly the same as this. Just looks like it's called sand blow because of all the ripples in the sand from the sand wind blowing it.
Ah.
But over the top is exactly, there's more of this.
All the way to the top, and this is the top. Sand, sand, and more sand. And we've come a long way up. Look, there's the ocean. John's climbing the pinnacle. Absolutely beautiful. These are the Pinnacles. They're about 700,000 years old, but they're still incredibly fragile. And it's wet. Ah. We've come to Champagne Pools after a very long drive, and it is absolutely stunning. Can't believe how much time we've spent here paddling in the water, getting knocked over by waves, and just sitting on the beach and enjoying the sunshine. This has to be one of my favourite places we've visited so far. Good morning again from Gari, or Fraser Island as some people know it. This is my favourite sort of morning. I've slept until I couldn't sleep anymore, woken up to sunshine and a perfect camp. John's just stuck his head in to say there has been more whales breaching, and he's drinking his coffee. This is where we've spent most of our time when we're at camp, watching the highway, the waves, the whales, and the occasional dingo walk by. Good morning.
The occasional nude streaker goes past as well.
A nude streaker? You sure?
I couldn't keep up with her, she was too fast for me.
This is our last day. We're going to go and see McKenzie Lake today.
Lake McKenzie today.
Lake McKenzie.
Lake McKenzie.
We have just arrived in the car park for Lake McKenzie. There's people here, but not very many. There's signs everywhere that you can only eat in the enclosed area in there. There's tables and chairs, and it's all fenced because of the dingoes, aggressive behaviour by dingoes, it says. So now we're going to find the lake. This is incredible. There's very few people here. In fact, a big tour just left. There's actually an eagle right on the other side that's fishing. It's time to go for a swim. Although I have my swimmers on. Somebody else reckons he's been up to his knees.
Up to knees, and it's coolish, but this breeze makes it even colder.
So he reckons he's not getting in. There's no way I'm not swimming in a World Heritage listed area with an eagle flying over the top in pristine blue waters. Chilly, really cold, take your breath away cold, but refreshing too. Our last morning from Gari. It's a little sad and a little apprehensive. It's been beautiful weather here, and we have to cross Inskip Point today, and definitely the sand will be softer because we've had no rain like when we came over, but we wouldn't change coming here for anything. This has been an amazing experience. The sun's come up. It's a beautiful view, and I don't know how many hours I've spent looking at whales in the distance, too far to photograph. Yeah, happy man.
Yeah. This guy was walking down the street with his daughter.
Yeah.
He ran into one of his friends, and his friend says, "What's your daughter's name?" He said, "Beth." And his friend goes, "What's Beth short for?" He said, She's only 3.
We would happily stay in Zone 3 again. We ticked all the highlights and we had a brilliant time. Next time we'd like to come back with a group of people and maybe do some inland driving where you really need someone else just in case you get in trouble. It's about low tide in maybe half an hour, and then we'll set off towards the barge. For us, from Gari, Rainbow Beach and Inskip Point, this is it. So I will see you wherever we end up on the other side. So it's $1.30 for 200 litres. It's hard to guesstimate how many coins to put in.
So you just throw in from 5 and 10 cent pieces and just leave for the next person.